Welcome back to New York Comic Con. I'm Megan Laux with CBR, and today I am joined with Hannah Rose May. How are you doing today, Hannah?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm so excited to talk about Rogues Gallery. I am so in love with this story. This is such an incredible original idea. How did you come up with it?
Thank you so much. I still keep hitting myself with this. This is so funny. So the idea for Rogues Gallery, I wanted to do something in the thriller space. I love, all things thriller, and love playing on thriller tropes too. Obviously the book was, labeled like The Scream meets Purge. So I always want to do something dark, but then I couldn't not shy away from all the online toxicity that we see constantly. So I felt like that was a very relevant theme to put in a book. And I knew coming out the gate with my first book too that I didn't necessarily want to just have it, I wanted to have social commentary throughout my story. So I knew the social commentary was going to be toxic fandom for me. And then when I attended a Star Wars premiere and I saw Kelly Marie Tran on the red carpet for her first big major role, and she was so excited and everyone was so happy for her, and then seeing, 5 days later, her being ripped apart online, my heart just shattered. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I really felt like this was a story that I wanted to tell, and that's really where the idea came from.
When you were doing your research for Rogues Gallery, did anything online that you saw shock you at all?
Oh God, you see a lot of things online that are very shocking. There wasn't one thing particular that stood out, which is kind of sad that there was so much. There's a lot of hatred online. We're all very in tune with what's on the internet. But I obviously Googled, toxic fandom, and there's endless stories of amazing, incredible women being ran off the internet. The one thing that really stuck out to me was every now and then if someone does respond to a hateful comment, they will then get a response and it will be like, oh my God, thank you so much for responding. Oh, I didn't mean that. Oh, I'm sorry. I love you. And that always was very strange to me because I'm like, you could have said something positive and you most likely would have gotten a nice reaction back. I think that's the sad thing about the internet is they feel like they have to say something negative to spark a reaction or to be seen.
Yeah. When I was reading the first 3 issues, the main character, Maisie, I was thinking of so many different actresses while reading the issue, like you said, Kelly Marie Tran, Brie Larson, and now more recently Moses Ingram from Star Wars. Why do you think women experience so much more abuse online?
It's not just online. I feel like in general, it's if only we had the answer. It's very obvious that it's more so women than it is men. It obviously does happen to men, but they're not. It happens way more relevant. It's way more relevant to happen to women. But I don't know why. I wish we had the answer. But part of me also thinks if you actually go through some of the hate comments and you read them, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but I had to for the likes of Rogues Gallery, I did a very deep dive. And a lot of the time, if they got a response to some of the nasty stuff that they said, they were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just wanted you to respond. And it's like, well, why did you have to say something negative? You could have possibly said something positive and got a nice response. And that would have probably made you feel a lot better. Because those few actors that did respond and said I wish you didn't say that, or answered something or tried to justify something, which they should have never had to do. But then that person that got that reaction, I don't necessarily know if that was the reaction they were looking for, but they just wanted a reaction. I think, honestly, if we all just put out this, something more positive, they might get responses from people that they admire, more often. I think a lot of the time, the stuff that's said on the internet isn't even necessarily, what they think. It's just looking for a reaction.
What was the process like of bringing Maisie to the page?
Bringing Maisie to the page. Well, first off, I, had my artist, Justin Mason. He's wonderful. Shout out, Justin. I had told him, what I had envisioned for Maisie, and then Justin did some, rough sketches. You'll see them in the trade paperback. We're going to include the character breakdowns and the first ever sketch of Maisie, because a lot of people are interested in that. And it's kind of cool to see how she evolved. That was really, I had an idea for Maisie, and Justin really, brought her to life. The only real edit I had to give him was on her fashion. So Justin was like, I don't know anything about female fashion. She came to life. She was the first character, honestly, that the second I told Justin, she was there. She was right there.
Awesome. Rogues Gallery recently got picked up by Don Cheadle's production company. What has that experience been like, and how surreal does that feel?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like we're talking about someone else. It doesn't, it doesn't feel real. Even reading about it, seeing my photo there, it still doesn't feel real. It's obviously very cool. I'm very honored. I'm so excited that Rogues Gallery will go on to another medium and continue to, hopefully, evolve. I'm really excited. And I also think that it's, obviously Don is an Avenger. I think it's like the first ever comic book that he's, outside of obviously him being an Avenger, that he personally has taken on. And his producing partner, Karen Smith-Forge, she said that they had been waiting for something for a very long time that they resonated with, and Rogues Gallery was it. So very, very flattering.
Yeah. Why is now the perfect time for this story to be told?
Honestly, I think the story could have came out 5-10 years ago, but there's no time like the present. I think we're all more willing to have the conversation right now than we were, a couple of years ago. I think, thankfully with social media now and people seeing the problem with social media is obviously it can be anonymous and there's no consequences, but people are seeing how debilitating it can be to other people. So finally, I think we're open to, and there's laws coming into place too in foreign places about online bullying and everything. So I think now we're just a little more open to addressing and calling out bullies.
What can fans expect to see in the next issue of Rogues Gallery?
In issue 4. Well, obviously we've been, we're not hiding the fact that it's a home invasion thriller. So you will see a home invasion, which obviously has already happened in 3, but you will finally see Maisie step into the Red Rogue.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm so excited for that. You recently just landed a role in CBS's Ghost. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, I did. It will come out on, actually the day after 4 comes out. 4 comes out on the 26th of October, and Ghosts, the episode I'm in, comes out on the 27th. All I can say is it's a Halloween episode. Yeah, and that's all I can say right now, but other than the fact that I'm in it, you're getting the exclusive. But I'm very excited about it. The cast are awesome. I know that you guys just had them in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Hannah, for being here
No,
today.
thank you for having me.
Make sure to check out Rogues Gallery on stands now. The 4th issue comes out soon. And I'm Megan with CBR, and just make sure to check out New York City Comic Con for more content.